when you became Vice Chancellor, the first time you became Vice Chancellor, what did you come to read? What did you really come to read?
Okay, so, I was inducted into office 1st August 2020, and I succeeded Professor Joseph Gatampia. Prior to Professor Joseph Gatampia, many Vice Chancellors have led the University of Cape Coast. So I came to stand on the shoulders of the giants. They have worked so hard. You can remember Professor Adwoben, Professor Kupole, Professor Nana. These people have Professor Japan, who stabilized the University of Cape Coast at the time that we were facing challenges. So these people have worked so hard. So coming to the seat, I had people I was looking onto their achievements, and that motivated me to work harder. So far, the University of Cape Coast, as you all know, the top-ranked university in Ghana, not only in Ghana, West Africa, the 4th on the continent, and we are among the top 400 universities in the world. You see, and this was declared by Times Higher Education World University Ranking. And consistently, we started 2021, 2022, and then 2023, that is the one they are doing, and it will go into 2024.
So being the Vice Chancellor, at the time this pronouncement was made, how did you feel at the time?
I was humbled because I could see the pressure coming to me to maintain to maintain the university as a leading university in Ghana and beyond. So I was humble and also more or less happy that behind my mind, on my mind, I knew it comes with great responsibility.
What did you really set out to do when you became the Vice Chancellor, or when you wanted to become the Vice Chancellor? I'm sure something was on your mind, on your heart, to leave a legacy for the university. What was it?
Yes, over the years I've been in this university. I'm an alumnus of this university. Fortunately, I also had the opportunity to study in the University of Ghana, and then also Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So coming to UCC, I had more background information about all these universities, and I've experienced the life in all these universities. And I've also worked here, because at that time, almost 20 years at that time. So I had a lot of experience. I've worked with all these Vice Chancellors. In fact, I worked with Nana, Professor Nana, but affectionately called Nana. Yes. It was during her time that I became the head of department, Professor Coop, and then also became the dean, worked under Professor Kupole, and also became a dean. I even had the opportunity to travel with Professor Kupole. I was learning on the job. And then Professor Gatampia, so I was also learning. So coming to this, I have observed the university for a long time, and the entire nation, having come across a lot of unemployed graduates. So right there is repositioning the University of Cape Coast as global hub of creative thinkers, offering demand-driven programs integrated with practical entrepreneurial courses, and then translating the product of our research products for sustainable development. So that was the vision. So the vision is actually to make sure that we train the students so that they can create their own jobs and therefore provide opportunity for others to get jobs to do. That's what we set out to do. But by doing that, we must set the infrastructure in place. And that is what we started trying to build upon what my predecessors did.
If you look at what you were talking about, entrepreneurship, and the fact that so many of the students graduate from the university and then they roam the streets, and some even go ahead to form associations, unemployed associations. Yes. Were you informed by some of these?
Yes, these were the things that motivated me. But it's a collective effort, not only by the universities, by the government. The university can create that mindset, train the students. If the framework, the economic framework is said that students cannot, if they graduate, they cannot put into practice, will not have done anything. So I was also happy when the government also said that they also want to support or create environment for enterprise development. And so that's what, and in fact, we need it urgently. Looking at the number of our students who are the number of even Ghanaian, the youth who are doing this galamsey, destroying even the very environment, the nature, the forest and everything that we have, the water. We look at Pra. And so we ask ourselves, what are we doing? Because at the moment, look at the Pra River. It's so, and the Pra, I think even Cape Coast, we draw our water from Pra River. Yes. And then look at the river. It's so dirty. And then even the chemicals, no wonder understand these days we have increase in kidney diseases. You see, so as a nation, we are destroying ourselves slowly.
I'm happy that you are a scientist and you know the implications of these chemicals that are used in mining these minerals. The consequential effect on our lives, on the lives of the unborn generation.
Yes. I mean, it's too enormous considering the effect of what is going to happen to us in the near future, for which I know it has even started, the country will suffer. If we don't have resources to be importing drugs and to be treating people, and even machines to be treating people. Because if we were to go to dialysis, a lot. And then looking at the huge population that we have. So as a nation, we need to work together. Because we have only one Ghana. And unfortunately for us, we need to show, Ghanaians, we need to show the leadership. Because our first president, at the eve of independence, helped other nations, because he said that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked with total liberation of African continent. And so, true to his word, he supported many countries to get independence. So even in economic development, other countries are looking up to us. Although we have not performed badly, but looking at the fact that we started first, I believe we should be showing more improvement than what we have now.
Now, let's come back to the partnerships that you have formed.
As a university, we are a global institution and we have to work with our strategic partners. So what we are doing is to ensure that we do collaborative research, exchange of students, exchange of faculty, making sure that we work together to help develop the entire world. Because it's through our research. If you remember, 2021, 2022, when we were first declared by the Times Higher Education University ranking as a top-ranked university, that year we were also declared as a first in terms of our research impact. So the very research we do here, when published, it's also accepted and people use it to either formulate policy, help come out with new products. So in fact, when we work with all these strategic partners, it helps us to produce very, very good research publications, good research publications.
Let's look at Agric. I've had the opportunity of going to the School of Agric, and I stumbled on something that students who hitherto did not even have money to pay their school fees, pay their hostel fees, the university has instituted something where they bring them some parcels of land to develop, and then at the end of the month, I understand some even are paid up to like 4,000 Ghana cedis. About in terms of Agric and in terms of student development, what have you to say?
Yes, we work closely together. That is the management, and especially with the dean of School of Agri. And then students are given plots. We support them to grow vegetables, and then they sell. The university sells it, and then give the money to them. This helps people, especially students who are more or less deprived to some extent, who do not have what it takes to continue their education here. So we have students in agriculture program that help the students. And so when we go to the school farm, and now we have also cleared another area that students are also using as their plots. And in fact, it also helps them. Even to do their own farming activities, they need to cultivate the habit from here. If you do it, if you practice it, then it becomes easy for you to do it when you are not in school. And that one will also help them to more or less be employed to some extent when they complete their university education. So that in that sense we are doing well. But one thing is that my predecessors, the former vice chancellors, also they were forward-looking to the extent that we were able to get about 430 acres of land at Wamaso. So when we also assume office, we've worked with them, and now we've gone through the process to get them documents from the Lands Commission, and we are working with the community. What we are doing is that we want to work with top for a plantation to clear about 100 acres. That would be for palm trees, and we use that one for research, so that we build a research center within that locality. And the university will also be working with them, clear about 50 acres for medicinal plants and 50 acres for other crops, because that area today do a lot of cocoa. So that is also another. So we are working on that, and it's also formed part of our entrepreneurial mindset, the entrepreneurial activities that we are doing. So that in doing that, students that are using it for their research, working on the farm, they will also cultivate that mindset, and they'll be able to work even when they have completed their programs here in the university.
If you had the opportunity, would you recommend that we should go back to the basics by including agric as an area of study, so that it could prepare the minds of people, of the young ones, when they enter into the university? It becomes part and parcel of them. When we were growing up, we used to study that agric is the backbone of Ghana's economy. Do you think it's still the same?
It's still the same, depending upon how we look at it. We have many things that we can get from agriculture, even the cocoa. We are the leading, at a point we were the leading producer of cocoa. And in terms of the quality, even though this time we are not the leading, the quality of cocoa product that comes from Ghana is the best. So even that one alone, we can get a lot of money. Apart from that, crops, vegetables. From here to London, not far, to the Dubai, another not far. If we are engaged in huge commercial farming, that will also provide opportunity for people to get job to do. And so if we are able to look at our land issues, and then we are able to go into large-scale farming, especially when we travel to the north, you see the topography of the land. One time I had the opportunity to visit Israel. And if you look at Israel, the desert, and these people are doing farming, and you can go to export food to Europe and other places. And you come back to Ghana, and the land, everywhere you go, the land is fertile. So even if we concentrate on agriculture alone, that would also be better off. And so we will not even destroy our rivers to get good. Even agriculture alone, and that one we don't destroy it, although if we do it well, we may not. Within a very short, small area, we can get a lot of product from yield from it. and that will not cover the entire length of the country to clear all the vegetation. Agriculture can help us. But because when people go into agriculture, and at the end of the day, they don't get their products onto the market, it becomes difficult. The next time, if they went for a loan to do that project, and at the end of the day, they are not able to pay for the loan, the following year, they will not go into agriculture again. So if other things are put in place, so talking about agriculture also means that we should have good roads, good irrigation system, other communication systems should also work. And in fact, this time they even apply technology. When we visited in Israel, at a point they have this drone. It moved to the site and bring information as to whether the crops are doing well, and if they are not doing, they are able to tell what is going wrong. And those in the center controlling the activities will be able to determine what is going wrong, and they can do the corrections. So it reduces the physical activity, and it's able to improve agriculture. So I think agriculture alone can support us, but it also means that we can feed ourselves. We are buying a lot of rice.
Yeah.
So quite recently, when we had a collaboration with Jospon, and we are
even about coming.
Yes. Well, Jospon is trying to do large-scale farming, and that they wanted products that would be high-yielding and disease-resistant. And so they have partnered with the University of Cape Coast, and we are doing that. Professor Ate has been more or less seconded to them, to be helping liaison between the university and then the Jospon group of companies to ensure that we are able to undertake this project. If we do that, students will learn on the job, and then many people will get job to do. And that by doing that, we also reduce, if we get good yield, we will be able to reduce import of rice. And so the little reserve that we have could be used for other things. So I think agriculture, even that alone, should be able to support the country. It's part of the vision. And so we knew at the time that I was coming here, I knew that the School of Business had an incubation center, but to make it university-wide, we have added other things to it, and we have created a design thinking and innovation hub, and we have a director in charge of that, making sure that we also have university-wide entrepreneurial courses being undertaken, and then all students from all other areas come here. You can get somebody from doing sociology, get somebody doing maybe optometry, somebody doing education. They form group, and then they come out with plans. Then they help the students to actually come up with viable business plan and nurture them to get a business ongoing. That's what they do. And so they participate in most of these competitions going on. And almost all the competitions that we participate, we win. We win.
So some years to come, if we see a lot of the graduates roaming the street of Ghana, the likelihood of not seeing product from the University of Cape Coast will be minimal.
Well, it will be yes or no. Yes or no, because they could be given the knowledge, the skill set and everything. If the framework, the economic framework is said that they cannot put it into practice, it becomes very difficult for them. And then let me cite this example. At the time that I was schooling in the secondary school time, those days we have to work and support ourselves. I had a big tomatoes farm. I harvested about 5 boxes. I brought it home, nobody to buy. And then the person who even wanted to buy it at that time wanted to take about 3 of them flew and died too. But the thing is that if you put it down, they all be destroyed. So eventually she took them away, and the next time I did not go into farming, especially with the perishable fruits or food start. So that is the issue. Even when they complete and they even struggle to set up, and at the end of the day they are not able to make it, they will not continue. And that is why I said much of it depends on the economic structures put in place. On the other hand, if they don't also get the skills at all, it means that they cannot go into entrepreneurship. But on our part, we do our best to make sure that we teach them, we do the practical training, everything. So government, and not only government, for me, I feel that government of everybody. So we should all work together to provide good economic framework for our students also to get themselves well established when they get out of school.
Let's look at accommodation facilities, hostels and the others. The more you make the university attractive, then the more numbers you get. What about accommodation? What structures have you put in place to ensure that large number of your students are accommodated on campus or maybe around the peripheries of it?
Yes. You all know that education is shared responsibility. The university itself, the government, and then people, the private people. Fortunately, the government has set the university up, gave us a big tract of land. We are having difficulties with encroachment, but we have huge tract of land that we are asking private people to support us, put up accommodation for the students. Over the years, people come, they do the presentation, we sign MOUs with them, but they don't come back again.
Why don't they come back?
Well, I think it's about capital. Normally, they don't have the money. When we have signed the MOU with them, then they use the MOU to secure financial resources to put up but I'm sure they have not been successful. But the university, through the superannuation scheme, is trying to put something. You know, we have done one before, and this time we are working how to put another big hostel facility for our students. That's another area. We are also trying to improve the existing ones. And then other people are also putting up hostels within the community. But they should make sure that they do not encroach on our lands, because it's important. Because I was a student here in the 80s. We were not as many as we are now. Currently, we have almost 25,000 students on campus, regular students. And we could not even admit the students who applied to the university for admission especially because at that time we linked admission to accommodation. And so we were unable to admit more students. So there's that potential for the university to grow. And as the population of Ghana is growing, then the university, the student population is also growing. So therefore, we must also prepare to receive the students, give them the training they need, so that they can contribute meaningfully towards the development of our country.
Let's look at the issue of security on campus as well. Once the students are here, we expect that they will be put in place to ensure that. I know that it's very difficult, because I was also a student here. Very difficult, people that stay outside the precinct of the university, but the communities surrounding the university have become more or less like the university itself.
Yes.
How do we protect these students? Very often you say that this person has been robbed, this person has done this and all of that. What do we do about it?
Okay, so I cannot tell you all the details because of the security sensitive nature of the program. So, but we work together with the community. I remember some of the people from the community volunteered to support us in the night as watchdog units, so that when the students study and they are going back to their hostels, they protect them. So we are working closely with the community. We also have security on campus, and the IGP through the regional commander, they have also been supporting us. And then in the university itself, the campus itself, we have also increased the lighting system. So everywhere that we pass, and we have been reading places that will be hideouts for criminals. And areas that we knew at that time that people were hiding there, we've cleared all that area. So now it's more or less reduced the criminal activities of some of the people, more or less the activities are reduced. You know, they do not I know that some of them might come from the communities around, but others also come from outside. And sometimes some of the students themselves. Yes. So these are the challenges that we have. So technologically, that's why I say I can't say everything. We are monitoring technologically and working with the security people. We are able to sometimes prevent some of these activities when we get the intelligence.
Let's come back to research. How do we sustain the things that you have made as a university? And now, Times Higher Education, 2021, 2022, are we seeking, because other universities are also looking at the University of Cape Coast. They are looking forward to beating the University of Cape Coast. So they are seen as the number one in Ghana, number one in West Africa, fourth in Africa, and then globally how you were placed. What mechanisms have you put in place to ensure that the University of Cape Coast becomes number one still?
Yes. The University of Cape Coast is not also not complacent about the achievement. We are working so hard to maintain our lead, and therefore we have increased our financial contribution towards research that central administration give to the Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy. So then they call for projects, they advertise, then people write proposals, they go through and award people grant for research. I know that is not enough. The Drake University through the Directorate is training, building the capacity of the young lecturers and even those who are in the system for a very long time to be able to write competitive projects so that they can get money for research. Besides, the university is also trying to put the infrastructure, research infrastructure in place. We have, but we are improving upon it. So when you go, you were a student here at that time. You saw that building, the science annex. More than 15 years now, we were unable to. And now, we've completed. We are doing the landscaping. The last time I met all the faculty in the College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. That is the college that has the large number of professors. So we told them that the university would complete the project, but they are also expected to work hard to get grants so that they can equip the labs. So now that we have completed the lab, we want them to work harder to get money to equip the labs, and so that we can do more research. We've done that one. The second thing is that lecturers should also be comfortable to be able to stay there in the office for a very long time to work on their papers. But now we go to the offices and we have about 3 professors sharing one office. And that was the issue UTAG was all the time complaining about. By God's grace, we've been able to get the projects started. And now, I think it's on the 3rd floor, we are constructing about 120 offices for academic staff. So that and when it is completed, they will get their offices and they can stay longer and work. Not only that, in the College of Health and Allied Sciences, we are also putting up a structure in place, having about 12 laboratories with offices. I hope we've gone to Kakundo area,
Yes.
and we have placed it far away from the School of Medical Sciences, so that enclave will provide a place for future teaching hospital, so that the university will also get teaching hospital to support what we already have. So these are some of the things we are doing. So providing research infrastructure, also improving upon the ICT infrastructure, so that people can do more research. We are providing them with money. We are building their capacity, and I think by so doing, we'll be able to maintain our lead as the top-ranked university in Ghana.
As we speak, the people from the University of Ghana, Ken University, they are all watching you, what you are saying. So they are also picking a word or two from it, and all that they are seeking to do is to unseat you as Ghana's number one,
Yes.
and on the African continent as well. What are you telling them?
I think the University of Ghana is happy for us because they help us.
They
Nurtured us to become autonomous university. So if your child is doing well, you should be happy, not to take him out of the place. No, they are happy for us. Nonetheless, they are working hard, and we are also working hard. I mean, it is also a healthy competition, so that every university is working hard to be able to become the leading institution in the country. And I think by doing that, with all the support from the government and from the people of Ghana, I think we'll be able to help develop the country. Yes.
In all these areas of research, one remains critical about the impact it has on society, communities, and all of that. I'm happy that you mentioned that in the first edition that you won, you were first for global impact.
Yes.
In terms of the communities that surround the university and other places as well, how are the researches that we have done and we continue to do, how are they impacting on them?
Okay, so let me use one example. We have Africa Center of Excellence for Coastal Resilience. And they are building a structure. I have not even mentioned that one near the beach. It's part of the university lab. We've been giving training to the people, alternative livelihood. It was through their research that we came out with a policy to leave certain period of time during the time the fishes in the sea.
Oh, the close season.
Yes, it is during their research, and they do engagement with the Ministry of Fishes and Aquaculture Development, and so we are doing a lot. And they work along the coast. At the moment, they are even working at Kita along that, and then training many people. We even have scholarship for people to come and do further programs. And now they are in Gambia and Liberia, trying to help them develop their fisheries department in the respective universities. So that is one example. If you talk about the community-based experience service that the College of Health and Allied Sciences, they do, especially School of Medical Sciences, School of Nursing, School of Pharmacy.
No wonder they go to
Asinkushia and other Ejugboy. They do all that. It's through their research. They do that research and also educate the people what is happening. So that, and if you talk about education, we cannot leave the University of Cape Coast out. All these programs that we are free high senior, that's a free senior high education. That is also is a support of the University of Cape Coast, training the teachers, making sure that we equip them, and now everywhere we go, we get a product from the University of Cape Coast, especially in the Ministry of Education, or finally, may I say the education sector.
Okay. So finally, let's look at infrastructure in general, and then the greenery space that you have on campus. I had the opportunity to go to the University of Ghana. I saw how green it is. How do we, I've also been here, I've stayed here for a number of years. How are we maintaining the green environment we do have to make the university very attractive to the people that come, environmentally friendly university?
So I'm sure you can attest to the development that has gone on over the short space of time that we've been in affairs of the university. We are personally involved planting trees, planting flowers, doing the landscaping, and so all areas hitherto not covered by trees, we are clearing and planting more trees. Every year we do it together with the national tree planting exercise, like the forestry people. So we do that to enhance the green nature of our campus. But in terms of recover, I would say the University of Cape Coast is on top.
Oh, so should we rank the university will rank higher than the other universities? I'm not mentioning the university.
Yes. In terms of green cover.
So, what would you say has been your personal achievement as the VC of this university?
I wouldn't say my achievement.
But the achievement
of the university.
Because the university that you superintend.
As a servant. As a
Because
servant.
you are the chief executive officer of this university.
Yes.
And so, if gains have been made,
yes,
you led.
Yes.
So when we talk about free senior high school,
yes,
and Akufo-Addo will say that yes, it is all of us, but I spearheaded the free senior high school.
Okay.
So to that extent, that is why I'm asking you that.
Okay. So I led the university to continue the work that my predecessors have done to be able to become the top-ranked university in Ghana and all that achievement. And when we come to campus, we will also see that we have also improved the infrastructure on campus. Not only that, we have also revised all our curricula, infusing into the curricula the 21st century skills. And now we are even among the we have even been accepted as a research institution, comprehensive university, with a member of the African Research Universities Alliance. We've been accepted as a research university. And apart from that, there are many competitions that we have won, to the extent that the basic school, the spelling bee, the students are even doing well over there. So there are a lot of things that have happened. And above all, the fact that we live in peace and unity. I wouldn't say that it is my achievement, that with the support of God, we are marching on. And that will be the achievement of the University of Cape Coast. That in spite of the challenges that we are having, we are together and we are working together to ensure that we put the university up there.
May I take this opportunity to congratulate you. Your term ended, but now you have been appointed again to run for a second term. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I mean, what does this mean to you?
The Bible says in Matthew, I cannot tell the exact, I think Matthew 25 from to whom much is given, much is expected. My first tenure should have been 4 years, and that will end in 31st July 2024. But you know, the university, to even appoint a new vice chancellor, you need about 6 months period to do the search and all that. So the university went through the process to renew my appointment for further 2 years. And it is within the mandate of the status. That first, you can be appointed for 4 years, first term, and then second term up to 3 years. But I cannot do 3 years because of age, and that is why I was given 2 years instead of 3. And I'm also humbled by this turn of events, because it means that I need to do more. It means that the people have seen in me leadership, leadership, strong leadership and growth. So I'm compelled to continue to ensure that I leave the scene at the time that the university has been up there, so that others will come to continue. But all that I'm saying is that it is not the work of one person. The management of the university, the pro-vice chancellor, the registrar, the director of finance, the human resource, and even the students, because the students are also supportive to the extent that they undertake projects. If you look at the gate, we are moving the gate from where it is within the highway. If they want to expand the road, it will affect our gate. The students are helping us to put up that structure, a new gate, bus terminals. So the students are also supporting us. And that's why I said that in unity, there's nothing that we cannot do. The Bible, when the people were together, they were building the tower. Christ saw that if he did not disperse them, at that time they could do things that may not be in the creation of things. Let me put it that way. So God confused them. So it means that when people are together, there are a lot of things that we can do. And that is all that I'm asking for. That going ahead, let us, all of us, when I talk about working together, I mean the university itself, the workers, the students, the community, other stakeholders, the government, and even our strategic partners outside Ghana.
What do you plan to leave as your legacy, apart from the first term that what I
my plan is also to maintain the University of Cape Coast as a leading university in Ghana and all that achievement that we have done.
You don't want to fall off the cliff as far as the rankings?
Yes, the rankings. So that is, and apart from that, to improve the infrastructure, to make sure that we become more student-centered. If you look at what we are doing now, we want to create an environment that students will come to the university, and at the time that they are leaving, they would have learned a lot apart from the academic work. They would have learned a lot that would form part of their life. And I'm so passionate about the environment. The environment. It's so sad that we are more or less being engulfed. So for the next year, our budget will concentrate more on maintaining University of Cape Coast as the cleanest university in Ghana, cleanest and greenest university. And we have started, we'll continue. And so that, and be more student-centered, create the environment so that students can stay, they'll be happy, learn a lot of things, and by the time they leave the university would have gone through them.